Today has the potential of being really exciting. If everything goes smoothly, my son will be able to take his first legitimate ride on the PW50. I've let him roll down the hill a few times to get a feel for the extra weight that a motorcycle has compared to a bicycle, and to get a general understanding of how the brakes work, but he has yet to feel the full power and fury that 50 cc's can bring, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think he's ready. But the motorcycle is not ready. There's still a few parts that need to be installed. They're mostly cosmetic, but there's one component that has really been lingering in the back of my mind. I haven't been sure about how I want to tackle it, and that is this nasty looking seat cover. I could buy a brand new Chinese knockoff seat assembly for probably $20 or $30, but you know me well enough by now, I'm not going to do that. The budget is already way over what it should be, and it's just not very exciting to buy parts and bolt them on. What I'm going to attempt instead, and I'm not sure how this is going to go because I am not an upholsterer, is take the cover off of this seat, there should be enough material, and try to graft it onto here. I'm not sure how the contours will work. It may look worse than this when I'm done, but we'll give it a try. If anyone can correctly guess what this seat belongs to, you'll have the upper hand in knowing what one of the future projects here on the porch is going to be. But I'll leave it at that for now. We'll start off by removing this seat cover. To answer a few of your questions from the last video, the Shasta is here on the premises. I just haven't revealed its current state because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. The material from the seat is off. Next step, we'll do the same procedure on this one. Do you really need to see the play-by-play on this?
No one wants to watch you remove staples.
Okay, so I'll peel this off. Someone's done some modifications here. So there's the replacement seat cover. We'll start working on that in a moment. But first, I want to try and repair this little piece of missing foam. There's lots of foam here, so hopefully I can slice something up and make it fit. Do you think this will work? I think that looks acceptable enough. I even put in a couple of patches down here on this lower edge. Next step, I'll try to attach the cover to the seat with this stapler. It's got some 5/16 inch staples in it. I bought them special for this project. The first part I'll concentrate on is right here. This is where the major curve of the seat is. And if I can get that looking smooth, I feel like I'll have a pretty good chance with the rest of the cover. So I'll jump right in and put a staple right here. We're trying new things. I don't know. What's a country boy to do? This is tough. This is tough. I told you I was having some anxiety about this phase of the project. Look at this. I think there's some hope. I'm not going to spend $25 on this thing. Stay. Not done yet.
It's got a cape or a skirt.
The only thing I skirt is responsibility. I don't know anything about this, and I don't even know if this seat will turn out acceptably, but that won't stop me from giving advice. I think the best way to go about recovering a seat with a non-fitted cover is to pull it really tight between the front and the back and staple it, then start working it down to form this contour. It's done. Would you like to see?
Yes. Very nice.
I think I got really, really lucky with this. In fact, I'm going to try to never do any upholstery work for the rest of my life just so I can go out on top. The difficult parts were, of course, right here, where I had to stretch it around that tight inside corner, and on these sharp outside corners the cover seemed to bunch up, and it was a little bit difficult to staple in place, but it's done. Even though it took the better part of the day, you can tell it's getting a little bit later here in our forest retreat. But the good news is this was the big job for today. The only thing we have left to do now is install a few cosmetic parts, mostly window dressing. And instead of showing you the incremental installation of those components, I think it would give a better effect if I just cut to this.
Wow!
Here is the finished piece, the culmination of quite a bit of quality time with father, son, and wife, and more money than I wish I would have spent, but that's how it goes. The parts I installed when you weren't looking were the seat, the rear fender, and number plates, which I cleaned up a little bit, and I also broke down and bought a brand new front fender. There's one part that still needs to be installed, and it's rather ceremonious, so I thought you should witness it. Son, would you like to help install the bright green grips you picked out?
Yes.
Wow, you're getting yours on before me. The throttle side's always the hardest. We'll come back to this.
Why don't I try? I was the quickest.
Ho, ho, ho! The grips are on. We can do anything together. I promised you guys something this morning, and more importantly, I promised him something this morning, even though my wife has alerted me that it's time for dinner and we really should be going in right now. We're gonna go for a little ride. I don't know how this is going to go, and if you're watching this, it means that it went well enough for you to witness the true first experience my son has on this motorcycle. So I'm hoping that he didn't crash and burn. You get the idea. So we've got about a minute left of battery. Go ahead and start it up. Little gas. A little gas will make it go. If you feel like you're going to do that, let off the gas. Go ahead, go up there.
Thanks for watching.